Alrighty, Reddit insanity, where people post the dumbest things they can possibly think of onto Reddit. I'm Michael.
I'm Noah.
Let's start. First one is by Osprey Guy.
Osprey Guy.
You know what an osprey is, right?
No.
A bird.
Oh. So he just follows around the same bird?
Maybe.
Caw. He's supposed to be I'm not the crow, I'm the Osprey Guy. Like his fucking the crow's sidekick.
The Osprey Guy.
God, that'd be horrible.
So this person puts, though I thought I was on mute, I was not. Someone was messaging me on the side asking if I could meet at a certain time. My very limited free time is on my calendar, apparently for office or whatever.
Oh, he's so fucking busy, bro. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I yell in pure frustration. Jesus Christ, check my fucking calendar. The meeting got really quiet, and I realized what happened. Just gave a little sheepish, my bad, thought I was on mute, and went silent. The person I was yelling about messaging me on the other side, and apologized, which made me feel even worse.
I hope it did.
I apologized and said it was very unprofessional. I tried to explain how I am really stressed with deadlines. I am. And I was venting, but I still feel like a total ass, which is accurate. This was a smaller group of decent people, so I don't think anyone will complain to my boss or anything like that, but just got to live with my embarrassing fuck up.
Oh, what I told the boss? I'm that guy. Especially if I don't like you.
Yeah.
I would just drop hints.
And not subtle hints either.
He's a pedophile.
Just walk by him. Just randomly. Alrighty. Let's see here. Next one is by Sexy Government.
The sexy government.
Don't know what government you're like.
If you ever seen those movies of the porn star Lisa Ann, where she portrays Sarah Palin, you know exactly what he means. Nothing like, who's nailing Palin?
All right. He puts, yesterday evening during a rest day from training, a friend had messaged me asking if I'd like to join him in the gym. I was pretty beaten up from yesterday, but agreed on the condition that we'd need a pre-workout and some food pre-workout. We arrived at this amazing gym about 40 minutes from my home. They had a great range of pre- and post-workout supplements, so we decided to have a scoop of stem workout with caffeine and non-stem pump pre-workout. I'm not into the gym scene, so I
don't know. He's speaking Latin to me.
Yeah, I'm fat.
I'm too fat, man. I can't see my dick. I'm too fat.
Around 30 minutes into the session, things started to get intense. I was lifting very aggressively. Over here, Roy.
Were they doing fucking or something? That's what and we got really aggressive with each other.
We were both sweating profusely.
They were fucking. He's lying to me.
It felt as if I had done several lines of cocaine. Around 1.5 hours later, I started to feel incredibly sick, shaking, hallucinating, severe anxiety, and having panic attacks.
You did have cocaine.
For the next 7 to 8 hours, I was pacing my room, sweating, crying, and very, very fucking anxious. A side note here, my penis is basically a button hidden inside of shrubbery, completely shrunk into itself.
God dang.
He just randomly had it.
Yeah, his dick size. I was wearing him.
He's taking so many steroids. He's almost gone.
Okay, shit is just. Here's a visual for you guys. What he just mentioned, right? Go watch The Hangover Part 2, where they find some random thing. Like, it's basically Han's penis, but they don't know that, and the characters start picking it because it's basically just like hair all around it and like a tiny little skin on top of the hair, on top of a mound.
Yeah,
that's exactly what he's talking about.
Don't do roids. That's the biggest thing. Don't do roids unless you have inches to lose. Don't do it.
Got 13 inches. I can lose 5.
I finally fell asleep around 4:30 a.m. Whenever I woke up this morning, I
imagine him like before that, right? Just pacing his room like a gorilla. Just fucking losing his shit.
Whenever I woke up this morning, it just felt as fucking awful. Threw up in my bathroom and laying in bed. I decided to have a proper look online at the supplements we had taken to decipher exactly what went wrong. Then I realized the scoop I had used to measure out the stem pre workout was a 15-gram scoop. It was meant to be a 2-gram scoop serving.
Fuck.
7 times.
Oh my God.
Meaning we had both consumed 1,600 milligrams of pure caffeine.
Jesus, no wonder he was fucking losing his shit.
But 1,600 all that much?
I don't know.
Let us take a look. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. A Red Bull, a 12-ounce can of Red Bull has 114.
How many did they take?
1,600.
He was fucking zooming. How many did they have?
114 milligrams.
Fucking 10 Red Bull.
Yeah.
Fucking
No,
15 of them.
15.
God damn.
All at once.
Ah. He's just like,
I'm surprised his heart didn't
why you fucking blast through the fucking wall and out the fucking side of the building. Ah.
That is a gigantic amount.
The police catches him in some fucking bakery eating bread. He just like, sir, you need to calm down. He runs at him, and like put him down, and they fucking start blasting. Bullets start bumping off his body. Bing, bing.
Oh my God, that is a lot. Meanwhile,
Nobody was able to fall asleep at all.
I know. Heart stopped for a minute. He didn't really sleep. His heart just stopped. Anxiety's still high. I won't be leaving the house today.
Yeah, fucking pays him back.
He's over here biting his lip and stuff.
Oh my good Lord.
That is a lot.
There was a kid in school once that drank like 8 coffees, these like iced coffees in the vending machine we had during lunch break.
Yeah.
And he went back to class and he was just like, his hands would not stop shaking. He had to go to the nurse's office. He's just like,
I can't do it. I can't do it.
was losing his shit.
1,600 milligrams? And Red Bulls already have a lot, so.
I will take that much and then go straight into an orgy.
Let's do it. Just randomly vibrating anyway. You don't need any kind of thing, just vibrating.
I'll fuck everything in here.
Leave the dog alone, run.
Was the fucking police kid? There was like a crime scene. It was a knock the fuck out. They'll just come out.
All right, next one is by Peeps Feels. This person puts, am I stupid?
Yeah.
Probably. I was flossing my teeth yesterday night, and I realized something. My front teeth are quite long, based on the ratio compared to the ones next to them and my lips. And make my bottom teeth basically invisible whenever I smile. Low key, like a horse.
I can't do a horse now.
My bite is good and my teeth are straight, so I figured all I needed to happen was to shorten them. A Google search revealed that it cost around $50 to $300 each tooth to get them filed down a little.
Don't do that.
I figured I could probably do it myself. I have pretty bad insomnia and got maybe 8 hours of sleep the entire week so far, so maybe I'm not in the best state of mind.
I blacked out for a second. He said he could do it himself.
Yes.
Is what I just heard.
Yes.
And then he said, am I stupid?
Yes.
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 Yes, you are.
Yes. 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 Yes.
That shit must have fucking hurt.
Yeah. But I needed to magically become vaguely
Magically delicious.
But I needed to magically become vaguely more good looking. So, on a search from a nail filer, I went. On a search for a nail filer, I
Oh
went.
my God, bro.
Tested it on a fingernail. It works.
Yeah, it's a fucking nail file.
So, I aligned it to the front teeth,
Oh boy.
both at once because I didn't
I
want.
wonder if like either he fucked up his teeth or he fucking did it so hard that he fucking broke the tooth or he fucking cut himself. All sorts of scenarios.
Both at once because I didn't want to have them uneven.
A big ass fucking nail file.
And I just started going back and forth, I guess.
Start hurting my teeth.
Successfully shaved off a bit. It was going really well and already looked better, but I still wanted it a little bit shorter. Might have gotten a bit carried away. I followed off a tad more, and then my right tooth felt like it got struck by lightning.
Ow.
Super intense, weird zapping pain.
Ah.
I was super freaked out and went to take a close look. No blood or anything. Note my teeth are in the perfect length and a nicely square shape now. But Then I went and rinsed my mouth with lukewarm water. Exact same sensation. Did I fuck up a nerve or something else?
Probably.
I try to ignore it, but even just looking at my teeth with my tongue causes a shooting, throbbing feeling in one of them. So fucking disgusting.
Oddly, also gives me a tingle in my penis.
Even worse, whenever I touch them with my finger or whatever. After you file, it's like,
Ouch. Wait, what do you mean, finger or whatever?
I don't know.
I guess he just sticks like a spoon or something.
Maybe.
Probably.
I've never had a cavity or any dental work done, so I'm not 100%.
How do you say you don't have a cavity? Or did you mean he never had a cavity work done?
No cavity work done. Or he could maybe never have had a cavity.
What? That's impossible.
I got 4 right now, so
So he does have the cavities. What I'm assuming.
probably. Or at least never got them worked on, though. I could see that.
Take it from a guy that's never been to a dentist. I went to a dentist 3 years ago, starting regular dental checkups. 2 cavities taken care of. Fucking bagging now.
So I'm not 100% sure whether this is normal and will go away on its own or not. I can't tell anything is unusual on the outside, so I probably will. Not sure what I did wrong, because dentists probably do all the same things. Gonna try to brush them now. I didn't miss this morning.
Oh, he's fucking kills you.
I didn't miss this morning to see if that improves
I
it.
want to brush my teeth right now. Just hear him talk.
Edit number 1.
Okay.
No, I literally can't. This shit is so bad, not even exaggerating, like actual electric shocks or something. Just existing in my mouth closed already aches. Learning a lot about teeth today. We'll see a dentist as soon as I can. Edit 2.
Oh, God.
Been a few hours. Like a few people suggested I call a dental school close to me.
A dental school? I want an actual dentist, not a fucking student knocking my teeth out.
It's a smallish facility, and they said they don't actually, they don't do acute stuff. They can fix this shit, but not within 2 weeks. I don't know if I should wait that long, because just breathing through my mouth is unironically like the worst fucking pain I've ever felt.
Ooh, it's freaking me out.
But I can't really afford to see an actual emergency dentist, so let's hope somebody close to me does financial plans or something.
Fuck.
Edit 3.
Oh, God, my man, what are you going through in life?
We picked up the Sensodyne stuff people recommended. Even touching my teeth is agonizing.
That stuff is good. Sensodyne is the best. That's what I use.
It's agonizing. So putting it on sucks so much and it stings, but hopefully that'll work. Have to work a short shift now. Very conflicted about what to do at the moment.
Just gotta go to work. There's no choice.
Edit 4.
Oh, fuck. It's been going through the ringer.
Last little update probably. I called my dad.
He's like, oh, stupid son of a bitch.
I didn't live with him and asked him to make me an appointment with a dentist because my front teeth really hurt. Didn't elaborate on why, because I'm taking this to the grave. They can't see me until Monday morning, probably going to be cheaper than an emergency visit, but I am not looking forward to the feeling of my body taking a screenshot every time my tongue or the air touches my teeth for another 3.5 days.
Ow.
Popping ibuprofen every hour, but it doesn't really do shit. Next time I get a potentially dumb idea, I think I'll think about it for a few hours before executing it, I guess.
That would be
Fuck.
genius. Ouch.
First comment underneath it. Your teeth have an enamel which protects them. You just destroyed every fucking thing.
Ow.
Why would you think getting a nail file to file your teeth down is...
It's human nature to try to make yourself more attractive regardless of the massive stupidity of the idea. Look at plastic surgery.
I mean, I've broken a wisdom tooth and that shit does not feel good. Like, at all. Like, it's the kind of pain where you lean over and it's like, just go away. Please let the pain go away. Ibuprofen, Advil, nothing helps.
Even with the stuff they put in my, they had a needle. Even though I'm afraid of needles, I took a needle to the mouth to numb the gums and everything in my tooth to get my my one cavity on my left side taken care of. And even with it on, right, you start feeling the drill. Like,
Yeah.
like I can't even imagine the pain without it.
Without anything.
I would be like, ah.
Just screaming to high heaven.
Probably. Or hopefully they knock me out.
All right, next one is by, let's see, Aretus330. Person puts,
All right, my name's Aretas, and I got Abetus.
I got the beating.
Got the Abetus.
This person put 6 months ago, our HR team rolled out a survey. It was a simple score your happiness affair.
0.
But like most every office survey, participation was dismal. No one really saw a point, past surveys yielding 0 changes. Unsurprisingly, completion rates were low, which is how we ended up with a supervisor visit. A stern-faced man in a suit. He'd probably pushing up his glasses.
Probably. Well, my name is Stephen Heimlich. I'm here to talk to you about your office performance.
It's like, oh shit. What did I do?
Have I killed a man or two? In life, yes.
Being oblivious and the first person he saw, I became his target. He inquired about the survey and if I had any part in promoting it to my colleagues. My brilliant response, a nonchalant, probably because no one cares about the survey. He just stared at me, the weight of my accidental insult hanging heavy. Awkward silence followed, after which he retreated. A few minutes later, my manager appeared, doubled over with laughter. Apparently, I had just insulted the head of my HR.
Well, fucking, what's he gonna do? Call HR?
My face flushed as I explained the misunderstanding. Little did I know, news of the disrespectful manager reached the head office.
Fuck.
Fast forward to a recent promotion opportunity. I aced the interview, but ultimately wasn't chosen. My manager, with a sympathetic smile, revealed the reason: my notoriety as the guy who snubbed the head of HR. Apparently, promoting me would cause more issues.
More issues. I would call HR. Hey, they're I said, well, how would I win? I couldn't win.
Because you call it HR.
Yeah.
It's the head of HR.
But the whole retaliatory tactic is against HR policy.
Yeah.
So you can't snub me for speaking my mind.
Like you're in an oxymoron situation.
Weird.
HR, but you're not promoting because you insulted HR. All right, next one is by Haunting Artichoke 830.
Okay.
I guess, they ate some and then they had gas for the
Probably.
night. It's just haunting. Person puts.
I farted so hard my grandma died.
She's like, oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. He's got the devil in him, and she just dies.
Oxygen deprivation.
There has to be family members that have had something like an elderly family member die,
Yeah.
and they say something real fucked up to them before they
I
die.
want to see that, though. I want to see what they say.
I want to hear hear from commenters like, what's the weirdest thing your dying family member ever said to you?
And not, like, sad, obviously.
Not
but,
right, but something like real fucked up.
where it's like, oh.
I never did like Mexicans.
Somebody said that. You know somebody has said that. It could be any race to say that, too. It could be another Mexican.
Be my grandpa for sure.
See?
Can't fucking stand him.
All right, this person puts, this happened last year, but having settled into a new job where I am happy, I feel like I can finally post this. I've worked for a company that has a large bin specifically for used electronics, sometimes not even used. They will throw them out. They will throw out items that are still not even opened and still in original packaging.
Fuck yeah.
After having worked at this company for 3 years, my sister dropped by to grab lunch, and I showed her around the office.
Well, you hang out with your sister like actual adults and not fist fight each other all the time? Weird.
I know you couldn't do
I
this.
said, I would never. I can't even stand that dirty demon spawn.
We get to the recycling dumpster, and she asks what it is, and I tell her that's where we put old electronics. There is a computer and mouse still unopened, and she asks if she can take it, and I tell her not a problem since it's there to be disposed of. Employees grab things from time to time if there is something good in there. She takes it. We go grab lunch. A week passes by, and I get called into a meeting with my boss and HR manager saying that they have footage of me stealing company property, and I ask them what they were talking about. They play the record of me and my sister in the bin, and she grabbed the computer mouse. Apparently, it's against company policy to take things from the electronics bin, but they usually let it slide for employees. But because I let a non-employee take something from there, it was an issue. What proceeded was my month-long HR investigation, during which time I did my job as normal, after which I was informed I was being terminated. Thankfully,
Fuck.
after about 2 months of being unemployed, I found another job with better pay and better work environment, so it ended up working out after all.
That sucks.
That play
There's a fucking mouse.
and goes in the
It was a
recycling
fucking
bin.
disposed bin. Come on now. This is when policy overtakes human nature.
When policy overtakes common sense.
It's like I gotta follow the rules. You got no choice.
Right.
Goddamn Nazis.
All right, next one is by Burry Udmund is my alias. Person puts, driving to get an ultrasound, my wife asked to stop for us to get some orange juice. She mentioned about having an ad for an insurance company that had some dude with $1 on a fishing line. I do some work for an insurance company, so she said she was taking that I should take notes. I said, good idea. I'll bring $1 on a fishing line to my next meeting. Apparently, that was such a beacon of distilled comedic imagery that she did a spit take, followed by laughter and vomiting in the footwell of my car.
Fuck.
After apologies and immediate forgiveness from me, she went to take another drink. When she did, when we left, she asked which car to take, and I said mine. As she was drinking, not that I knew, eyes on the road, I muttered, "Should have taken your fucking car after all." And she then said, and then she did it again. Oh my God.
That's the funniest man that's ever lived, huh?
I don't know.
Got that Richard Pryor.
Full-on blast of OJ from the front window, glove compartment, floor, and seat. We had to turn back for hers so that we could change. We had to turn back for her to get changed and for me to clean the car, which I did. And now I'm sat here waiting so we can go to the bloody ultrasound. So she's still in there changing while he's writing this out.
Weird.
Just the funniest fucking person ever, apparently, you know.
God dang, man.
Or he's just so,
Or she is so fucking dull
yeah.
that even the most benign joke, she's like,
That's not really even funny, but sure.
not at all.
Like, when he said essentially, she was laughing about it, it's like, what? Like, oh, well,
Weird.
to each their own. Last one for today is by Royal Delay 2490. This person puts, if I don't drop my phone now. It's like, yeah, we don't need to see this. This person puts, so to be clear, this happened whenever I was 21, roughly 7 years ago. So obliviously, it did not happen today.
So you're 28 now?
Or obligatory, I guess, but they put OBV.
Obligatory.
And it was hands down one of the most embarrassing, fucked up nights of my life. Sorry if it's a long story. I've tried to condense it as much as I could.
Thank you, William Shakespeare.
I was in college at the time, and one of my close friends who went to a different college was going to Florida for their spring break and asked if I wanted to tag along. I was a typical broke, eating ramen noodles to survive college kid and had maybe $100 to my name. Of course, it was a good idea to go on a week-long trip.
$100 to my name.
To go on a week-long trip on the whim without money to pay for anything, so obviously I said yes. After surviving the first couple of days bumming drinks and hanging around on the beach, everyone decides that they want to go out to the bars. Fuck. I can't really bum drinks at a bar, but I have to go, so who knows, I can figure something out maybe? We walk down to the bar strip. The first one has a line of like 15 people waiting to get in, and of course, that's where everyone realizes to go. Or everyone wants to go. As we approach the entrance, I realize that there's a cover fee to get in, and it's $20.
I was like, fuck, that's a lot already.
At this point, I've already spent like $60 on food already and had less than $50 on my account and definitely had no cash on me.
Shit.
I start to panic. Mind you, this is my friend's spring break, so I only really know him, and everyone else in our group had either just met today or the day before. I didn't want to admit that I was broke or ask for money from them. But then it was finally my turn. There were 3 large, intimidating bouncers at the front, equally at the line, equally intimidating strangers behind me. They asked for my ID and $20 for entry. I froze. Standing there, unable to put words together to explain that I was too poor to give them their money, I formed a brilliant idea. I fucking started acting deaf.
It's just standing like, us.
I still to this day have no idea why. I swear I have never done anything like this before.
Maybe flight or flight response. You fight or flight. Yeah, I'll just be deaf.
I fully committed. No comic exaggeration here. I started faking sign language.
Jesus Christ.
I was tapping my ears, mouthing words, anything my idiot mind could think of to get them to let me in.
It's like those people that they pretend that they're experts in sign language
Yeah.
during emergency situations like hurricanes and stuff, and they just stand next to the guy talking. They do that fake stuff. Haven't they been arrested doing that?
Yes.
Oh God.
They were trying to mouth words back to me to pay, and I just keep that confused. After a few minutes of this nonsense, which is an increasingly agitated line behind me, they cave and let me in. And it worked.
I guess it worked.
Holy shit, I felt so good about it. The rush from going full anxiety meltdown to actually fooling these people to believe I was deaf was exhilarating. So, it worked once. Why not keep doing it?
Oh God.
I used this to get free drinks. I went to the bar, did the same fake sign language, tapped my ear, and some guy next to me noticed and bought me 3 drinks in a row out of sympathy. But all good things come to an end. One of the employees must have caught me talking to my buddy because shortly after, I was confronted by one of the bouncers.
You can hear me anyway.
Then the bartender came over, and then finally the managers.
What if it was one of those criminal clubs?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, so you can hear, huh? You won't be hearing after tonight. They busy or something.
You will be deaf. This had turned into a scene at this point, but I still committed to keep my mouth shut. Ultimately, once I had half of the staff surrounding, interrogating me,
Oh,
and a lot of the crowd staring, I just ran out of the bar. I went back to the hotel. Fast forward a few hours, word got back to my close friend who invited me, which of course meant his friends, people he was in college with, I had just met on this trip, heard too. They all came to the hotel. His friends were furious at me. Hotel room turned into chaos. Everyone was screaming at me. I was apologizing profusely.
I would have been like this. Like, huh?
You committed to everything well.
Might as well commit to being deaf to them too.
Exactly, but nobody cared. Eventually, this ended with me getting punched in the face a few times, which looking back, I definitely deserved.
For what? I'm the one that got in for free.
I called my parents crying and explained everything that had happened. Although they were mortified, they booked me a flight home the next morning. Well, it must be nice to just get booked a fucking flight, huh?
If it was me, it would be that song like I Walk a Lonely Road, and I just start walking home.
I walk a lonely road.
The only road that I've ever known.
I'm still great friends with the person who invited me, but I haven't seen any of the others since that night. Moral of the stories, don't go on a random trip you can't afford. And if you do, definitely don't be a fucking dumbass like me and act deaf to get shit for free.
Oh, come on, man. He beat the system.
I know, but he just took it. He flew too close to the sun.
Yeah. You sorry, Icarus?
But that's all the Reddit I've got today. Anything else to add before we head out?
Got punched for the face, huh?
Yeah.
How did that affect them?
Because it may have got thrown out.
I guess, but I mean, like, I would have been like, a smart man. And but why the fuck? Why did the? I guess I understand why the bouncer would be mad
Mm-hmm.
because they got made a fool of. And then if there's one thing that dumb muscle men don't want to be made fun of is being made dumb muscle men.
It's like, well, if you are one, yeah.
They don't want to be called out for being dumb.
And none of them knew sign language, so it would have been funny if they did.
I would have been like, fuck.
I know no sign language. Can't see either. Be like,
God dang, Helen Keller, I don't know how to do nothing.
they're just dragging you along.
Fuck, that is wild. To be honest, no one wants to feel dumb anyway.
No.
And for a fact, like I once told her, like she's like, "You guys got any helium for your balloons?" I'm like, "We only get helium on Thursdays. Today is Thursday." I was like, "Fuck." She got me.
Oh, here we got it.
Quit the job on the spot. So will I quit?
Clock out.
It's embarrassing when you just caught doing something dumb.
Luckily, I try not to.
Like I was phased out one day, right? And this guy was talking about world events. It's like, wow, 1812. What a terrible year. I'm like, yeah, World War I. Like World War I. I'm like, what? No. What? I'm like, fuck. I quit that job too, on the spot. What if I did just quit every job on the spot the minute I get embarrassed? I've had 217 jobs last year.
Just quit every time you get embarrassed. It's like,
Time to move towns again.
All right. Well, with that, we will see you guys on the next episode.